Hi guys, I wanted to share my new book. This is Monique Leslie from Misfit Crafter Studio Designs now. I made this maker's swatch book. It has 1,250 medium swatch spots, a little over a 1 inch each, and there are 50 pages. In each page is a 55-pound paper, which is pretty good for swatching. It'll handle just about every type of medium when it comes to like inks, pencils, markers, paints, papers, different things like that. And they're easily torn out if you happen to be like me, where I like to collect ink pads and things from different makers, and they tend to create a new color maybe every year, and it messes up the whole rhythm of your page. Right here is just an example of some pencils I swatched out. There's an area at the top to name your collection that you're swatching, and some areas to write in information. Right here, some gelatos, more gelatos, my Tim Holtz distress inks. I pre-wrote out all the distress ink names because I do like to keep track of my distress inks, and I want to um, be able to see what I don't have as well. But I'm going to show you a couple of examples of how to swatch on here. So right here, I'm just putting in the title or the name of what I'm distressing, or the collection that I'm putting on here. So it's the distress inks, the Tim Holtz distress inks in the minis and the full size, because I have both. And you can write whatever you want in here. It could just say paint. It could be a specific brand, whatever you'd like it to be. I made it big enough so that you can put the title, and right here I'm giving myself a little key for minis and full size. And like I said, each square is approximately, it's like 1 1/4, a little under 1 1/4 inches each. So you have plenty of room to um, go ahead and add plenty of area that you can see the different color values of something. For instance, on the pencils, pencils and markers, I tend to put like 1, 2, or 3 layers so that I can see what they look like in the different layers. With the inks, the same thing. I'll have kind of a light spot, a darker spot. Um, I found that it's pretty good with inks that if I use these circle swatchers or blenders, it gives me a good color value of what the really dark spots are and the lighter spots would look like. So right here I went ahead and swatched in. I took the first 2 lines for the name. The last part I just was able to put whether or not it's a mini or full size. So just doing the same thing again, adding another swatch with another ink color, just blending that in there. Already have the name put on there. This is the Pilled Paint, and I happen to have a full size and a mini, so I'm going to go ahead and put an M and an F so I know I have a full size and a mini of this particular one. And see, they're all done. And then now I'm going to show you when it comes to things like alcohol markers or anything that's a little bit more soluble that might leak through a little bit, or just might bleed through a little bit. So these are Copics, and I have 2 versions, Sketch and Chow, but I'm putting them on the same page, and it's not a big deal for me if it's a Sketch or a Chow too much, but I do like to know what I have. So right here, I forgot what the name of the other marker was, so that's why there's a little pause. But yeah, so these are the Sketch and the Chow. So I was able to go ahead and put in the marker. Now the only thing is, when you have something like this, because they can bleed through, I recommend putting a piece of cardstock behind it, or a couple of layers of paper, or folded up piece of paper, so it doesn't bleed through to your next swatch page. So right here I'm putting just a single layer at first. But like I said, I like to put several layers so I can see all the different color values of a particular medium. So this one I actually end up putting 3 layers. So that's the second layer going on, and the last and the third layer, so that I can see the 3 different layers would do with this particular marker. And because there's 3 lines under the swatch spot, I'm able to put the name of the color, whether it's a Sketch or a Chow, and then finally the number of the marker that I have. So you can do this any way you like. So I wanted to make sure you had plenty of space to write and plenty of space to sketch. And if you follow the series, I will be coming out with also a larger one. So if you want to swatch things like dies and paper, you can do that too.